Uh, you dealt with the flying skull. Discovered that, yeah, you really should have cast the spell, smashed it, or otherwise dealt with it after it went inert, because it just revived an hour later, right in the middle of your sleep. Uh, you guys got the sarcophagus over there opened, and one of your party members got possessed. After that, after the problem with the skull reviving itself, he decided that the best thing to do would be get a much better rest at Thorin's Tavern. So you threw down the coin, and everyone walked through. However, on the other side was not Thorin's Tavern. Instead, it was a good-sized oubliette filled with bodies. There was also a trap, two levers, one that would lead to death, the other back to the main entrance hall. You chose poorly, and sadly, one of your number was consumed by a sphere of annihilation. It could have been worse if you hadn't thought quickly before you pulled either lever. You wouldn't have had the rope all ready to go, and you wouldn't have been able to grab hold of it in time. And maybe more of your party would have been lost to this treacherous fate. But now you've been sent back to the main hall, mourning your poor friend Jasper, and watched the Otog disappear around a corner. And, before you could do anything else, I believe there is a shrieking noise coming from around that corner.
Yeah.
And a figure comes running out, diving through the destroyed window. Clip, clap, clip, clap.
People! I'm going to run to probably Erdon and just, like, wrap my arms and, like, furry body around him.
You see
Gotta,
a Whiteford satyr just dive bombing you.
You see Run, very first thing, just whips out the hand crossbow, red tip bolt ready to go.
I'm so excited to see people! There's a big scary thing in there!
Don is gonna like mild panic and think about just throwing her off, but kind of like hopes that it's just somebody needs help.
I'll hold my staff at the ready.
Yeah, but Skin, you could see, has gotten a bit pale from being inside for so long. And she's a bit thin. Clearly she has not eaten well for a while.
Ren's not seeing any undead
Nope, definitely not
attributes
undead.
on her, right?
She seems to be a real living person, probably hungry, but probably not thirsty. Looks like she's at least gotten a supply of water, but not food, as much, however long she's been stranded here.
Well, the good news is she's living, but not for very long. Who are you?
I'm Asteria. I've been in here for a really long time. Do you have food?
You're not looking at one of us for food, are you?
Not particularly, just if you have any rations or anything that I could possibly eat. I'm really hungry.
Dovit and his trusting self will offer a ration.
Thank you. And she'll just sit down on the floor and start, like, eating the ration.
I assume you're not being chased by anything.
We'll look back down the hallway that I just came from. That thing's not coming, is it?
No, it's.
You see anything coming out?
Be in that that corridor. Although you do hear the sound of what sounds like bony movement in there, as if maybe that skeleton thing is currently running away from that skeleton from the tentacle monster.
Well, it didn't seem to follow me, but there's a big scary thing in there that I was running away from.
Oh, that thing.
You know what that thing is?
You could say that.
Oh.
Doesn't seem to care about us too much.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
David
good.
is
I think we're a little underdone for its taste.
David is kind of like he has this look of like distress on his face. He's like going through this mental whiplash. He just lost one of his friends that he went on this encounter with, and all of a sudden there's somebody new here that he wants to be trusting, he wants to be accepting, but he just doesn't know what he needs to do right now.
Okay, I don't know why.
Hey,
Torin
apparently I'm
came
going
along
with
for
you,
the-
Run.
I don't know. I don't know what's going
Surprise!
on here.
I mean, I was going to move up towards the door anyway, so.
So, Run is sneaking with a. Okay, so I get a 19 on my roll and plus 12.
Before you disappear, Torrance going to look at you. Run behind me. As in, like, hey, get behind me. If you're sneaking, I'll get his whatever's attention it is away. Then you can flank him.
All right, well,
If we can move separately. Okay, we can. I was hoping we
Yeah,
weren't stuck
okay.
together.
Okay, so Run wants to take a peek to see what all's in here again. So basically, it's our friend from the Star Wars trash heap and
Yep.
the Skeletor.
Well, you have that
So
whatever
before-
the thing is that
before
you
you have-
summon to start to, to defend you during that white battle. And you have this thing here, yeah, the corpse eater that is currently moving into the area where there are in fact a couple of corpses that are still there in the back, and it's starting to pick them up and munch on them, ignoring you.
So I had a quick question before we get like a possible combat or anything like that. Did we rest to where we could recover
You
health?
had one short rest, but that was before you got sucked into the thing. You were actually trying to port away somewhere to find a safe place to long rest.
Okay.
How
okay,
are they
fine.
looking right now? Or, like, how are you all looking?
I'm at 63 hit points, so that's why I was asking, because I was like, before we get into combat, I want to make sure that I need whether I still have 63 hit points or if we've recovered.
Dovit's probably still looking fucked up, so I'm gonna walk
Wait.
up to him and just say, "Thank you for the ration," and I'm gonna boop him on the nose and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh my god.
Hey, Grizz,
Yeah.
you can take away that spiritual guardian because it's only supposed to last 10 minutes, and I think it's
Oh,
been
okay.
well over
Yeah,
10
it's been
minutes.
over an hour, so yeah, the thing actually is not there. My bad.
You're
There you
good.
go, David.
I had to go back and look and see how long it lasts.
David kind of looks shocked, but kind of looks a little more lively at this point, so I gain 11 points.
21.
Huh?
21.
21. Okay, so that's 52, that's 73.
Yeah, the 10 was from the first level cast, and then the 11 from the first level cast, and then the 10 is from upcast it. 21 total.
Thank you, stranger.
My name's Asteria.
Asteria. I will try to my best to remember. I am not that smart.
And you are?
David, call it the fifth. I definitely feel like I could run into battle again.
Let's not do that.
At which point, Run will turn around. Well, he's just going to munch on some bodies that we left laying around. Maybe perhaps we should try to find somewhere to actually get some rest, but I wouldn't recommend going back down the door that we went through because that leads us at river where we found the waterfall at. And the other door leads to some very creepy looking room. And all of a sudden, Run gets very, very sad.
The door, the door is not going to explode on me again, is it?
I think I can help with a safe place to sleep.
Okay.
Somewhere you've been before?
Well, if we go back into this room, I can cast a little hut. It's what I've been sleeping in, and it seems to keep me pretty well protected. Nothing can get in it, at least.
Sounds like a better option than we have.
Well,
Will it be big enough to? Will it be big enough to fit all of us? We have 2 dragonborns here.
Just call me fat.
No, I
Real life, yes.
No, hey,
from my
that was out of
studies
character.
of with my studies of certain magics, if she's talking about the spell that I am thinking that she is, we should all be able to be quite cozy in there.
It'll fit 9 medium or smaller creatures.
I'm not going to turn down your hospitality.
So
Don't
she'll
let me-
make her way into the room and start ritual casting Liamon's tiny hut. Everyone get close to me, because whenever I get done with this, you have to be around me for it to work.
All right.
Alright, the tiny hut is up and around you and doesn't appear to be corrupted, unlike other spells that you've tried to use recently.
At least we know that it's not a good idea to try to use teleport now of any sort.
What does that do?
Well, we tried to go to a, I guess you could say, a friend of mine's place, which is, well, the traveler. And when we tried to go to the tavern, it's like an interdimensional place. We got sucked to another place of the dungeon here, which is where our little friend, as he kind of thumbs back to the munching monster, came from, and where we lost a friend of ours.
Well, if it's any, at least we know which lever not to press if should we find ourselves not there again.
Very true, as long as the levers do not randomize on us or have any other type of trap that we have not experienced just quite yet.
But there is one good thing. While when I cast a spell in there, I felt my body start to rip away, but we didn't go anywhere, so that's a plus.
So if you try to teleport, you go into that room, but if you try to teleport out of that room, it doesn't work.
Exactly.
Oh, let's not go to that room.
Yeah, it's a very bad place.
And
Well-
Delvin walks over to Torin. Torin, brother, we are stout. I would never call you fat.
That was out of character joke.
Oh, that was out of character?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Trust me, the mood right now, Torin ain't making any jokes. He's gonna be barely talking at this point.
Okay.
So, what's everyone's name?
I am Michael. Been with the group for a little bit. It was a bit rough losing our friend there, but we're still here. We're still together.
I'm Mysteria
Well-
Moonblossom, and she'll reach out her hand to shake yours.
Good to meet you. Asteria? Good to meet you.
Run will slump down on the floor and just take a big sigh. I'm. They call me Run Amok.
I like it.
Names are done.
As each of them is introducing themselves, she's reaching out her hand to shake their hand.
As I said before, I am Dovit Kulik the Fifth. It is a pleasure.
But I like you. Nice. She'll
Just
look
sits
over
there
to Torin.
meditating.
And
Torin's
you are?
just sitting there, eyes closed, meditating at this point.
Is he the quiet type?
Depends on who's talking to him.
The companion we lost was very close to him.
So, what's your story? What are you doing down here, Asteria?
Oh, I kind of met this adventuring party, and they were on a mission to fight something called a soulmonger. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I wasn't really paying too close attention. I just like adventures. So we came in here, and all sort of died at different parts of this place. And after that, well, I was trying to find a way out of here, but that kind of seems impossible. I was messing around with the levers at the front, trying to see if maybe that would do something, but it didn't. So I kind of just been stuck in here. I kind of ran out of rations a few days ago. That's why I was so hungry. Thankfully, you guys came along so I can get some food.
Seems like we were to find each other. We needed a place to rest.
Yes.
Like
Very
a
much
match
so.
made in, well, I would say heaven, but this is far from it.
Yes, very, very far from it.
You will take out her pan flute and just start playing a little tune on it.
Roll a performance check, please.
Performance?
You're playing a plan feat. Performance.
Yep. That would be a 22.
So that sounds pretty good.
As she's playing, you see Run kind of lull to sleep. see a bit of a gnome kind of nod.
Like a nice little slow lullaby on my pan flute.
Dovin kind of drifts off as well.
Don's just gonna kind of sit down and just check all my arrows, make sure the fletchings are good, make sure that nothing's broke, up how many I got left. And he'll eventually do his deal for 4 hours.
Yes, Dario will eventually stop playing and lay down and get some sleep.
So do the same.
Is this a short or a long rest?
Been long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably a
I mean-
I
long.
do believe a long rest after everything you guys have been through.
Yeah.
So how much HP do I gain back from a long rest?
All of it.
All of it.
And half of your hit dice.
So it's my all of it plus half my hit dice. Did that when we were fighting the whites, you said I had a -5 to my max hit points.
Yes,
Is that
and
still
that goes away because it ends at a long rest.
okay?
Then half of your hit dice is not like half of the ones that you used. It's like half of the ones that you have left. It's just you have 9 total hit dice. You would get maybe 4 or 5 of those back.
Okay.
If you didn't use more than that, then you're back up to full hit dice.
No, I only used about 2.
All right. So after you finish your long rest, presumably the next morning.
So what shall we do?
Well, we could always go back. This way and explore some of that part of the room, see what we find.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll go with you.
That's they're playing, then I can come up.
Okay, and Run will start to lead the way. First I will roll a stealth check. And that is a 22. Oh, hold on. I also have my Cloak of Elven Time, which is still a 22.
Should love when you have
Oh.
the same roll on advantage.
Well, my second roll ended up being a 6. So it was a, let's see, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 on that roll. So Run will also, as we're moving along, keep an eye out for traps and whatnot, even though for the most part he knows there's no traps in this hall, but there's no telling what may have popped up.
Little one. What floof?
I'll call him out later. Just want to be sure that we're not going to run into Which reminds me, Grizz, if I could have access to Bat, please.
Ready?
Because that's going to be his new form. Since it has the ability of echolocation and it can fly. Oh, for the time being. Oh, that was a 17 on investigation plus 8. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 on investigation.
Nice.
Making sure that there's nothing else that has popped up since we've been here last.
Nope, nothing new in that corridor.
What's that?
Nothing new in the corridor.
Good. Okay, so making it this